Hi folks. So today's topic is a little hard for me to discuss, but I wanted to bring it to you because I think and I feel that I need to bring the message to you that righteousness is something that we have to strive to achieve. Now, it has been said that there is no one among us, no, not one, who is righteous. That is not to say that there aren't many who are very close. We have to be bathed in the blood of God by the Lamb of Jesus. We have to have faith that His love and His grace will help us become more righteous. But sin is the one thing that we have to avoid at all costs, every time. Run from sin. Run. Just run. Sin is the thing that is always going to be there, trying to stop you, trying to derail your plans for success, your future, your happiness. Sin will make you depressed. It may seem like a good time at first, but eventually it will come as a burden. It will come as something that sneaks into your room at night with a knife telling you, hey, do this thing. It is not something you want in your life at all. So run from it. Pray that you run from all of your sins. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Now, when you go to God and you ask Him to help you with your sins, make sure you're doing it out of a pure and sincere heart. Because out of the sincerity of your heart will it show that you really, truly want His help and are wanting to be saved from the rags and wretchedness that sin has dropped you into. So if you want to be close to God, you have to be close with all the things that God is all about. You have to be charitable. You have to be humble. You have to be generous. And you have to do it out of your heart, out of the purity of your heart. You can't sit there and go, I really want this sin to go away, because if I get this sin to go away, I can go to heaven. Well, that's not pure. That's seeking something with a dishonest heart. Read, think, and be just. So always, you're going to need to be reading the Bible every day. And I know for me, it was easier this year at the beginning of the year for me to read my Bible every day. Lately, I've been slacking because I've been making videos and doing these other things that I've been putting it off. And that's on me. That's my bad. But we have to do it. We have to have a support group. Hey, one of you guys want to keep telling me every day, hey, read the Bible, Michael. Read this passage, Michael. Read this. That would help me. And I'll do the same to you. Every time you watch one of these, read certain books. I'm going to tell you guys, read Psalms. Read Psalms, all of Psalms. Have fun with that. Being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, up to the glory and praise of God. When you go in and you pray with that humble heart, with that honest heart, then God is just to give what you ask. So if you're asking for forgiveness from sins, God will send His only Son, who He already sent to die for your sins, to cover your sins. So that when He looks down, all He sees is His Son covering you. You will be spared, and you will be loved, and you will be nurtured, and you will be more righteous. Stay the course. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how often sin comes in and goes, hey, you're trying to get back with God? Hey, do you remember that drink that we had last Saturday night that you passed out on? You want to come back to this bar and have some more drinks? Come on, your friends are all there. They're waiting for you to sing that song you like. Come on back. No, stay the course. Yeah, it's going to be hard. No one said it was going to be easy. Like, think of it as a video game. If you go into a video game and you're struggling and you don't cheat, but you're struggling at one part because you can't beat it, what do? You work at it day in, day out, day in, day out. If you're learning guitar, you're not going to know how to do it. You're going to make mistakes the first 1,000 times you try. But if you keep at it, you're going to play a song and then another song. And it becomes easier and easier. This is the same thing. But now, we're talking about God. If ye know that He is righteous, ye know that everyone that doeth righteousness is born of Him. Eventually, it'll come as second nature to you that you're doing God's work, that you're doing good deeds, that you're being charitable, and it will just come to you as an epiphany that you're just doing everything differently. Someone else has taken over. You're becoming more righteous. And that's all by you letting God into your heart, by being humble and allowing Him to do it. You allow Him to come inside you, and you allow Him to take hold of everything, and He will transform you in and out. Believe it. Let nothing unclean defile you. There are a lot of things out there that are unclean. And I'm not just talking about food. There are worse things that are unclean. Keep away from cussing, from letting any profanity come out of your mouth. Try that for a week if you're one of those people who likes to cuss. Just try it for a week. You're gonna need to ask God to help you with that one. I used to cuss all the time, like a sailor is what they say. I don't anymore. There are a couple of times where it still pops in there, but I have learned with God's help to cope that, to bring it down, to stop doing it as much. Because when you curse, then you can't take it back. It's gone out of your mouth. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall excel the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so great, you've done all these things, you're being closer with God. So what's next? Because you're sitting here telling me that I have to be more righteous than the Pharisees and scribes. And if you think about that, those were the religious leaders back in the time of Jesus. But they were not following the Lord. They were not following the word. They were following traditions. They had gotten their mindset into thinking that if I did this, and if I do this, and if I do this, that God will see me doing this, and He will love me, and He will be with me because I'm doing these three things that we have always done and that we always will do. But it was missing the heart. That's why it's very important, why I keep stressing that your heart has to be pure to receive God. You have to be asking with a pure heart, or you're no better than the Pharisees of old. Don't worry, be happy. Now this may all stress you guys out a lot, me telling you all of these things that you are needing to do, that you're needing to fill, that you're needing to get rid of, but don't stress about it. In fact, every single stress and every single heartbreak and every single hardship that you have, I want you to bottle that up and let it out of you. Give it to God. Go to a quiet place and tell Him about all of your worries and let Him handle them for you. He will. And what's more, you'll be happier for it. You'll be happier that you're reading the Bible. You'll be happier that you're thinking about God all day long while you're doing your daily routine. And that will be more amazing and more fulfilling to help you be a more righteous, more humble person than you can ever do on your own. But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Now, if you can do all of this, which is really as simple as having a conscience big enough to say, okay, God, I've screwed up. Help me, humble me, protect me. I give you my whole heart. I really want to get rid of all of the sin that is around me. And if you mean it, then you can do it. And then when any sort of terror or sin or temptation comes your way, you can battle it with God and not just with yourself. And that's the soapbox for today. May you guys all have a great holiday season and Merry Christmas. Hey guys, thank you for watching another episode of the Talking to the Mic show with the soapboxes. This one was righteousness. It was the last one for 2016. I hope you liked it. Please leave your comments below, like, share, and subscribe to the Talking to the Mic show. And check out these videos over here as well. Please let me know what you think, and we'll see you next year on the soapbox.